lawmakers wrestle each other to the ground in Taiwan's legislature late last year. But what was all the fuss about? Well, this. Pork. The brawl came after a decision by Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen in August last year to allow the import of pork treated with an additive called ractopamine. Ractopamine enhances the leanness of animals and is widely used in the US. But due to food safety concerns, it is banned in China and the European Union. On Saturday, voters in Taiwan will decide whether they want to overturn Tsai's decision and implement a ban on pork products treated with the additive. It's a hot-button issue in Taiwan, where sensitivity to food safety is high.
It triggers much emotion, right? Fear, anger, sort of the desire to be healthy and also to protect our own families.
Taiwan's ruling Democratic Progressive Party, or DPP, argues that safety concerns over pork containing ractopamine are exaggerated. They say that allowing the import simply aligns Taiwan with international food and trading standards. But the opposition Kuomintang, or KMT, says that ractopamine can impact the health of certain groups, like pregnant women or children. They also argue that cheaper pork from overseas will undercut local producers. Around 90% of pork consumed in Taiwan is reared domestically.
在欧盟的部分，他们也没有开放这个东西进口，所以我觉得我们应该要再有更多的研究和讨论，才能够决定是不是要开放。那目前我觉得我们的做法是太过草率了一些这样。
This is not the first time ractopamine has sent temperatures soaring in Taiwan. In 2012, farmers threw eggs at Taiwan's agricultural ministry after the KMT, who were then in power, said they would permit imports of beef treated with ractopamine. And that flip-flopping by the KMT and the DPP leads many to think the issue of ractopamine is more about politics than pork. Taiwan's main political parties have traded places on the issue of ractopamine in meat products, and analysts say it's a clear indication of just how politicized the additive has become here. But this vote is not just about pig guts on the floor of Taiwan's parliament. There are concerns that if the ban on ractopamine-treated pork is passed, it could have a major impact on Taiwan's trading relationship with its most important partner, the United States. Taiwanese American organizations have rallied in the run-up to the vote, calling on Taiwan to allow the imports. They say that if the ban passes, it could jeopardize TIFA, a trade agreement between the US and Taiwan, which has been mired by stops and starts.
好不容易 TIFA 可以开始重新再议，好不容易我们可以参加 CPTPP 这样子的一个让台湾可以进入国际舞台，一个让台湾的贸易可以重启贸易自由，能够在真的是说摆脱中国威胁的情况下，这种良机，这种对台湾未来的贸易前途的发展，阮台湾人感觉非常非常的重要。
That's a position supported by the DPP, which has run a campaign suggesting a ban on pork containing ractopamine is tantamount to a ban on all US pork. They also say that if the vote passes, Taiwan could endanger its entry into trade organizations like the CPTPP. The opposition KMT argues that's disingenuous because the US is not a member of the CPTPP, and the vote is simply about banning the additive, not all US pork. Regardless, researchers say that because the pork issue has an impact on US-Taiwan trade, that makes the question particularly susceptible to influence from China. One Taiwan-based NGO called IORG has been combing the internet for the most prevalent disinformation on the upcoming referendums.
That is saying that we pick out narratives that have CCP participation and look into them, sort of put them higher on the priority list to look at. So that's what we did, and that's how we found 10 narratives that has evidence of CCP participation, and 9 of them is about the ractopamine pork.
And voters in Taiwan really care about pork. It's not only the most popular type of meat consumed here by far, but Taiwan is one of the highest per capita consumers of pork in the world. And because of that, people on both sides of the issue are hoping this referendum won't leave a sour taste in their mouth. Klein, Wang and James Chater for TaiwanPlus.